Greetings, petrolheads! Welcome back to Automation, the car company tycoon game. Today, let's go ahead and move on with the Marina campaign. This is also a very tempting platform to build a car with, although it is pretty much of similar size to what we've been using. If only I could find it, this one. Yeah, this is 3.96 meters long and this is 3.87 meters long, so you know, it's just gonna stretch this out a little bit more and it's actually the same length. So instead, what I want to do, and also move on to like 1960, is maybe build a first kind of saloon, or are we just gonna focus on coupes? Yeah, I think we're only gonna focus on coupes, and as such, what we have this one, which is very tempting. It's just a bigger brother of this one right here. This one has been in the game for a long time, the smaller one hasn't. It's just only recently been added. So yeah, I think with this, we're gonna be able to create something nice and elegant, something really classic. Just look at that silhouette. Oh yeah. And well, probably make a roadster of this as well. Gonna be sticking with the space frame, and I'm not gonna make it rear engine because it's just gonna be terrible to balance that thing. And fiberglass panels again. Now we get to the looks, and it will have the same sort of styling as the first car we made, which by the way I named the Spark. And I know that, you know, recently, like less than 5 years ago at the very least, Chevy created a model that was named the Spark. It's an electric car. Is it an electric car only? As you see, I have so little knowledge about the Chevy Spark because, you know, I'm not into it. I'm not interested in small and cheap, like, budget cars. You know, and therefore I don't know whether it's actually a purely electric car or whether it also comes with petrol engines, or whether it's a hybrid. I don't know. Gonna be taking this grille again, and again I think I'm gonna just balance it between the sort of chrome bumper here, between these two edges, and then I'm gonna move this up again, move this a little bit up, but further to the outside, and add a couple more vents as well. I think I'm just gonna stick with the one, or I could make a couple but make them thinner. Yeah, okay. Good. And then let's put the ornament on here again. So with that, we're gonna put a door handle on this thing and then move to the rear end, where I'm gonna be putting some round taillights again, because it just fits the era so well of the 50s and early 60s. By the way, why did I skip from 1955 to 1960? Like, it's a small kind of British sports car manufacturer. How often do you think they can afford to release a new car when they're just starting up? Okay, can we put the same kind of exhaust on this thing that we put on the other one? Yes, we can. Can indeed. And I think that's already big enough. And that's gonna be it for the aesthetics, probably. Unless... let me try something. I can get rid of them if I don't like him. No, I think I like him. Yeah, right. Good. River Drive again. This time I want to go for darker blue. Less shiny. Yeah, okay. River Drive again. And we are going to be putting an inline 6 into this one. Oh, aluminum is available already. Okay, good. How big do we want this thing to be? I think not very. But we want it to have high bore to stroke ratio. And I think I want this to be at 3.2 liter. Perfect. Go with the overhead cam setup again. Forged steel. Sure, let's go with forged internals, because why not? Sure, let's go with this. This one doesn't need the cam profile to be as aggressive, because of course it is a much larger engine. And I'm gonna be staying true to our principles and put DCOEs with performance intakes on here. I'm gonna go with super leaded on this one though. And then long tubular headers. No mufflers. Yeah, okay, we need a cam profile. No, I actually like the torque curve this thing makes. Right here, okay. $5,000 RPM and then it's fine, okay. Pretty much anyway. Now we can go up to 5,500, and it's not perfect, but valve float is a lot less of a concern now. Actually, we can still run this on regular leaded fuel and wouldn't lose out on that much. 200 pound-feet is nice. Again, 4-speed box, and this one's gonna have a decent top speed because there's actually a little bit of power here. Compared to the other engine we built last time, there's actually some power here. Medium compound road tires, lots of profile. Can we go wider than 1/6 sauce? We cannot. Now we can. 175s, okay, that's good. I'm gonna go with 165s front. Yeah, sure, let's go with solid pistons all around because we're gonna need some braking power. No under tray. We also don't have like wings or lips. And this one's gonna be fine. And then 4 seats, sport interior, basic radio, standard safety, standard springs, and then some sport suspension setup. We're actually not oversteering right off the bat. Although I think negative 0.9 degrees of camber is a little bit unrealistic for a street car in 1960. We're still weighing less than 1,000 kilograms, so that's very nice. And we will have 7.7 seconds 0 to 100. That's actually really good. And a top speed of 222. Let's try that out. Through second and third gear it's actually not bad at all. But at the in first gear it has a little bit of trouble getting off the line, as you can see with the wheel spin. We might be able to handle that with the automatic locker. I think it's too early to go with locking diffs though. 1960 is not the time yet. What would this car sell? I didn't check the prices on the last car, did I? So 14,700 is the base price. $19,110 in today's money. That's wow. That's really cheap, actually. That's actually. How many times can I say actually within like 10 seconds? But anyway, this car is really cheap. Despite the fact that it has a 3.2 liter aluminum inline-6 under the bonnet. With like pretty much the most expensive excuse me, and pretty much the most expensive carb setup you can get at the time, except for with a race intake, but I don't want to do that. And excuse me again. And yeah, it has fiberglass body panels. It has a 4-speed gearbox. It's well priced, I'd say, and it'll still do decently in acceleration contests, I guess, because in 1960, especially when it comes to British sports cars, sure, there is the Jaguar E-Type. I don't know how fast I don't know right off the top of my head how fast the E-Type the first iteration of the E-Type was. But it can't have been much faster. Well, in any case, this is gonna be the 1960 Marina. Well, whatever. That's gonna be another question for another day. That's a 3.2 liter, and yeah. What else can we really do? Can we adjust the suspension to make it a little bit better still? Comfort is pretty bad. The roll angle is extremely low. 1.9 degrees, that's like... That's something that you can get in the 2010s with a full carbon fiber mid-engine supercar. But something you'd certainly not expect from a 1960s, you know, relatively large coupe. It is a large car, but it's light. So that's one thing to note. Being light, it should turn in decently. Well, okay. Well, we have very narrow and only medium tires, and those are medium compounds in 1960. So the quality of that compound by today's standards, is going to be a little bit dubious, but well, whatever. It worked in 1960. Why don't we put sports tires on this thing, by the way? Sure. Let's do it. 7.6 seconds now. Alright. And I think that's gonna do it. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Leave a like or a comment if you did. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.